I wasn't even recording.
Joe just did the worst opening for the show, and for like 45 seconds it didn't record it.
That's good. That was the good Lord. That was God intervening. So thanks everybody. Thanks for listening. If you, I don't know where you listen to this podcast at, but we like to promote two apps that we like you to listen at. If you have an iPhone, we prefer the Laughable app. Go to laughable.com/download. You can subscribe to our podcast, and we also have our own individual pages on there, so you can see a list of other podcasts we've been on. So it's a great app for comedian podcasts. Also, if you have an Android phone, iHeartRadio app is a good app to listen, or just iTunes or Google Play or whatever you listen to your podcasts on. We appreciate it. And we also appreciate the people that share the podcast links when we post them on Facebook and Instagram. So
yes.
So we had a good podcast.
I wish they made the Laughable app for the Android. They say they're coming out with it, but we'll see.
I'm sure it's coming. Takes a lot, computers and shit, make shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's well beyond our pay grade, Mike.
Thanks for that tech breakdown.
No problem. Good episode today. We started off a little shaky because we're both groggy from the rain and not feeling well. We talked about I wouldn't say shitty friends, like people.
Yeah, it's just shitty people who some are jealous, or just shitty people in general. Shitty friends.
Yeah, shitty friends. We talked
a little bit of politics.
And about the Bill Maher and Kathy Griffin situation.
We did that. And then what else did we talk about? We talked about some other stuff.
I think that's it.
No, we had one topic that maybe it was the shitty friends topipic.
Yeah.
We kept going in and out of that.
Yeah, the shitty friends topic was the longer of the topics.
Yes.
So everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. So check out the episode.
You're listening to All in Our Heads with Joe Fernandez and Mike Gaffney. Please enjoy the show.
Yo.
Okay, you know what I bet? It's this microphone, I bet.
Do you?
But it's probably the volume on the microphone.
Oh yeah, the little wheel thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would think, and one of it's right behind this little fucking cage. I just asked my son. I just asked him. Anybody fuck with this microphone because everything seems off? He's like, nah. I'm like, because everything seems not right. And he's like, nah, nobody's touched it. And I'm like, all right, hello?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you got me, right?
Yeah, but you don't have me.
Yeah, I do. It's okay. It's his microphone. It's not my microphone, but like he hasn't messed with it in a while. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Holy mother God!
I'm loud.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to come down a little bit.
Found the wheel.
Yeah, I think I found
the volume wheel.
I'm gonna have to adjust the wheel. Give me a second. Holy Christ!
Almost blew Mike's eardrums out. Oh my God! What are you doing?
Hello?
You got it?
Yeah, it's going to be loud. That's what's going to happen. That's what it is.
Put the earbud only halfway in your ear then.
Yeah, I'm going to have to put it in another room. You know what it is? He's got this stupid cage on the microphone.
Yeah. It's the, yeah, I know what you're saying.
The shock
cage. Shock absorber.
And the shock cage, both V's are right where the wheels are.
It's good placement.
Yeah, awesome placement. He's got his head... He's fucking moron is what he is.
Okay.
But anyway, how's everything going, Joe?
All right, let's just stay. I'm just fucking out of it today. I don't feel good. Got a sore throat, cloudy day. Just sucks.
One thing was health, one thing was weather.
Yeah. I think it's all contributing.
Huh?
It's all contributing.
Okay. Yeah.
I just got a phone call to do. It's like it's for Saturday, a last minute gig Saturday, so I'd have to double up because I already have a gig. So you already have the anxiety of the first gig starting on times. But I'm like, all right. One's in Westwood. It's a 7. They say it's a 7 o'clock start in Westwood. Then my second show's 9 o'clock at the Comedy Cove.
Okay.
And then I'm like, all right, yeah. I'm like, well, they start on time? 'Cause that's, I'm the only comedian, so I just want someone to do a half hour for $200.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, then he's like, oh, there's children there. I'm like, oh boy. Hey, do you have a gig Saturday?
I don't.
You want it?
I do.
Dude, all right, hold up. I'll give it to you because I don't need the anxiety of them starting on time and I can't make my other gig. Let me just text somebody.
Who is it?
Andy Hayward gave it to me.
Okay. Oh, he'll know that I'm clean and kids.
Yeah. I'll just text him right now. Do a podcast while I text.
He's texting during right now, so I'm going to do the podcast. I never know what to do.
What's up with you, Mike? Tell what's going on with you.
Every time he throws it to me by myself, I panic, and I'm sorry, guys. What's up with me is I'm trying to adjust this sound on the microphone because it's blasting my ears. What's going on with me? I didn't feel like doing the podcast today either, Joe. But I can't. I don't want to wait till Wednesday. So here we are. We're doing the podcast today.
We are. It
is a dreary kind of day. It's going to rain.
It's a dreary fucking day.
It's like we got a few days break, with the sun coming through and nice. It's like it feels like it's November.
Right. Yeah, it sucks. It just sucks.
Or April, like early April, or just getting out of March. There's still snow on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You know that fucking time? Like it's April 1st and it's like supposed to be nice, but it's cloudy. There's still snow in your grass from the fucking last storm you got. That's what it feels like today, minus the snow.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, maybe we shouldn't podcast. I'm so out of it, man. I feel like this is going to be a dog shit podcast.
Well,
but it'll stay with all our other podcasts.
Like, well, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, we know we like dog shit. That's why we download you guys every week. Yeah, it's dog shit with a few ha-has.
Right now, they just felt really bad for us. Like, wow, they thought their other ones aren't dog shit.
Yeah, they thought they was good, but they wasn't. But
so anyway. Yeah, I'm not feeling physically. I was just fucking tired. I didn't go to sleep till late. So I slept like shit. Toss turn. I mean, I woke up. I had to wake up 10 times from fucking 4:30 until 10:30.
Okay.
I woke up. I mean, and when I wake up, like I'm waking up, totally awake. Toss over, move your pillows, adjust your blanket again. Like not like all the other times I probably woke up during that sleep as well.
Yeah.
Fucking knowing I was awake, I would bet you at least 8 times. That sucks. That's not sleeping. And then 10:30 comes and I'm finally like, oh, okay, I want to go to sleep. That's why I was like, dude, can we do it later? Like now I want to sleep.
Yeah.
Now solid 4 hours. It's like, anyway.
Yeah. I started getting sore throat last night. I'm like, I'm done shaking motherfuckers' hands after shows. Like I feel like Kerry's like, because you're always shaking hands, that's why you keep getting sick. And I'm like, I gotta start fist bumping. I gotta Howie Mandel this shit.
Fuck out everybody's hand. I'm not sick.
Well, maybe you're not shaking sick fucking hands. I mean, it's so
Well, maybe people.
It's not. It doesn't go by amount of hands makes you sick. It's just if one of them's sick
as well. And
but I get sick. I'm not getting sick from somebody else. I don't kiss nobody other than my wife.
No, you could just be getting sick, can't you? Just get sick.
No, you get it from something.
Always.
So
it can't be just you catching it in the air. Somebody has to.
No, there's not airborne viruses just running into your mouth. We'd all be dead.
So how about the very first person who gets the cold? Who the fuck did he get it from?
Well, that's the chicken or the egg. I mean, who was the first person on Earth? Exactly. These are life's mysteries that we'll never know.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's airborne. It got into his mouth, and then it can't get into yours that way? It's only through handshakes?
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Let me get my wife on the podcast. I'll see if she can learn you. She's a high-powered nurse. She knows what she's talking about.
I know she does, but that doesn't mean that only way you can get sick is through shaking hands.
I don't think germs are airborne floating into your face.
It could be anywhere. It could be on a doorknob.
Oh, yeah, it could be on a doorknob, yeah.
Yeah, so don't just say it's shaking hands. You go to places with doorknobs a lot.
Yeah, but I wash my hands when I, like doorknobs, you go, there's a sink, you wash your hands. I got to wash my hands more after I shake hands. I think, I'm so used to washing my hands when I go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I just tired of getting sick. I have a sore throat, and it's fucking making me cranky.
Yeah, I see that. I see you blaming all your fans who want to shake your hand at the shows.
Fans. Hey, there's disgusting motherfuckers out there. That's it.
So I'm going to speak as Joe's publicist. He doesn't mean all the good fans after shows.
Listen, I say motherfuckers with term of endearment. Like you guys, you see, you know what I mean? Like, if you listen to the podcast,
I know, I felt nothing but endearment when you said there's some dirty motherfuckers out there. I felt it.
No, if you know me, if you're a fan of mine, you'll know that. You know what I mean? If you're a real motherfucker, I ain't even acknowledging you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're just a motherfucker to me. I'm not going to give you time on the podcast.
Not real motherfuckers.
Not real motherfuckers. I'm talking about my fan, those motherfuckers. Just wash your fucking hands. Or fist bump me, or just, let's do like the high
nod.
Like the high
fist.
Give a
nod, like good night. That was a good show.
Yeah. We were talking about fans the other day because at Uncle Vinny's on Wednesday and Thursday, great shows. But Thursday I stayed to hang with the crew after.
Right.
And so the audience is leaving, and they were just like this. Great show. Me and Joey Vega, the crowd was fun, but afterwards, they just walking by with this uncomfortable, like you feel like you're the dead person at the funeral.
Right.
Even though it was a great show, they're just like, and they're just like nodding and walking by. By. Where like Saturday night, it was totally different. It was like, that was a great show. High five. And it was just
right.
Because I remember who was sitting with me at Uncle Vinny's cousin Joe Coletta's. Remember his younger sister? His sister and his mother were out at Uncle Vinny's that night for her birthday.
Okay.
And they were sitting there like, man, these people are weird walking by you. I'm like, yeah, some audiences don't know how to say hello or something.
Awkward for them to see. Like, it's still show businessy.
Yeah.
It's like if you went to see, like, like a movie, and then the actor's right there, like, thanks, man. You're like, hey, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, after the movie, the guy's standing outside saying thank you to see his movie. It's like, weird.
Right.
It's just part of show business. They're not supposed to see you. Yes or no on that?
What?
The text. You get a text back?
Yeah, no. He got somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I said, because the podcast was about to start, he wanted an answer. I'm like, can you give me a call back? Because I'm starting a podcast. And then,
did you put me out there at all?
I just did. I texted you with your number, and he goes, I got Mike Morse, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, there's that. No anxiety for me.
Oh, so you hadn't gotten back to him about you doing it yet?
Oh, yeah, because you were just calling in, and I was like, I go, let me get back to you, because our call got dropped for some reason. And then as you were calling me, he's calling me back. I'm like, can I call you back? I'm just doing a podcast. I figured I can, wait an hour.
Oh, I thought you had it, and you were just like going, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be able to do it. Gaffney will do it.
I was about to say that.
Oh, okay.
I pretty much had it, but I guess because I didn't, I don't know, get the woman's number from him yet. He has to go away. He's got a family issue, so I guess he had to fill it. He couldn't waste time.
Right.
So he couldn't wait the hour. I can't double up. I like with a fundraiser because I feel I don't know what he actually said it wasn't a fundraiser. It's some event they want a comedian at, and I feel like there's no way this thing's kicking off at 7.
Right.
And I'm gonna be like, fuck, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
And then he goes, there's going to be a lot of kids there. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going anxiety and performing for kids.
Yeah,
like, there's like, I'm going to have no fun that night, like zero fun.
What time's the show at Scotty's? 9 or 8?
9.
Okay.
But, like you get there at 7, be like, you know what? We just got.
The food's not out yet. We're going to start at like 8.
Yeah,
Can we do 8?
We want to have a seance for somebody that just passed away for a half hour before you. What? No, I don't know. Like, it's almost like there's a woman that wants you in Westwood at 7. And there's children there. I'm like, I don't know. He goes, really? Children are bugging you out that much? I go, yes, children do. They bug me out in the audience. I go, because I know I'm clean, but children make me feel uncomfortable.
Really?
I don't know why.
I love them. I like kids in the audience.
Good.
I mean, it's not every day I want to perform for kids, but if I'm doing an event and there's kids there, I like hearing their giggles. I like watching kids laugh.
Yeah. All right.
I'm basically a clown.
I was predicting like going to an event. There's going to be some dance floor, kids running around, and it's not going to be attentive children and adults waiting for the comedian, because this seems like they threw you into whatever the hell they're doing. This wasn't set up as a comedy show. Right. We want a comedian for a half an hour.
Oh yeah, that's
very vague.
Yeah.
May not even be sound there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, then I have the anxiety of I got to be, because I'm the opener at Comedy Cove, so I can't. I'm the middle act. I got to be there on Showtime.
Oh, okay. Who's headlining?
Rodney Laney.
Okay.
But I can't, be like.
Oh yeah,
I have like no leeway.
No, yeah, you got to be there before the host goes up, so they know you're there.
Exactly, and then Westwood, Garden State Parkway, Saturday. Kind of summertime almost. You don't know what the hell that road's gonna look like.
Yeah, right.
I was like, but if you told me like, if it was like bang, boom.
It's gonna be a show. Starts at 7. No kids.
No kids. We're starting at 7. I'll be like, let's do this. Anyway, what were we talking about before we got off on that tangent about did Andy book you or not? You were saying something.
What was I saying?
This is going to be all over the place podcast.
All over our heads.
All over all around our heads.
What were we talking about?
I just asked you. I didn't know. I just asked you that question. Now I know. No, I don't know. You were saying something. You were the last one to speak, and you don't even know what we were talking about.
I thought you said he was good, Spider. No, I thought we were talking about the airborne and the viruses and the getting sick.
Yeah, getting sick. Oh, uncomfortable comedy audiences.
Oh yeah, when it's like when you're it's part of the entertainment world. Like you think like we're not supposed to be interacting with the audience as much, and they show that they don't know what to say to you.
Yeah, that's why Nick DiPaolo told me one time when I worked with him. He's like, I get the hell out of here because I don't like the uncomfortableness. It's like when he says goodnight, he's literally like in his car and gone. He's like, I'm not sitting. He's like, it's uncomfortable.
And now some venues ask you to do it.
Yeah, some do.
Like you have to stay.
But he's at a level where he's like, I'm doing what I want to do.
No, yeah, he get to say no. I don't do that.
I don't. I know some venues do.
Yeah,
good for that. I don't mind it most of the time. No,
it's cool. But I too also understand and appreciate the fact that like we should be a little like Kathleen never went out. She doesn't go and meet anybody. Like once in a while, like maybe like 4 or 5 people that she know previously can come back to the green room after the show, but she don't come outside. No, because they like another big comic told me why they don't do it. He's like, because it's like I had a good show. We all know it was a good show. Then there's gonna be that one motherfucker who's be like, yeah, you were right this time, and like ruin my whole night. Yeah, or like say something weird to me. Right. like fuck you. Well, me and Sean when we did Donnelly when we did that Wisecrackers gig. Guy comes out after the show, old rednecky people. You know what I'm saying? He comes up to me and he's like, now he has to walk one step past Donnelly. Me and Donnelly are shoulder to shoulder. He comes to me, he's like, you were hilarious. You not so much to Donnelly. Yeah. And Donnelly's like, why the fuck did you have to say that at all? Yeah. That's people always audiences make it a competition. Like, yo, you was better than that guy. And it's like, but care. Why? Why do I have to be better than that guy? Yeah. How about I was different than that guy? Right. How about that? I was different from that guy. That guy, you didn't like his jokes. That doesn't mean he's not funny. That means you just didn't like his jokes. Yeah. But yeah, they try to make it, and then there's some comics out there that take that serious. Like they said I was better. Dude, everyone has had that. Yeah. Like there's people who open for Chris Rock who've gotten you've been better than Chris Rock. Come on. Right. Did that go to your fucking head? Yeah, you have weird. Like, I had a friend. I had my show at the Comedy Shop Saturday night that I headlined. No, you didn't. I mean, Friday night. There you go. And my friend's like, you were funnier than I thought you'd be. It was his first time seeing me. I'm like, oh, thanks for the confidence there, dickface. And you're nicer than I thought. You're not as nice as I thought you were. How about that, fucko? You were funnier than I thought you would be. Yeah.
Like, ew.
But a lot of people, these are people from your old friends, not comedy people.
Yeah, these are old friends. This is an old friend from recovery from years ago.
People in recovery, like my earlier recovery, they are not. They're still like, well, you're doing all right. Like they still can't appreciate the fact that I'm not 30 days clean.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm 24 years clean, and I'm totally in charge of what's happening in my life, and I'm having a good time, and we're not at a meeting where you could tell me to make coffee today.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, they're not okay with that. But people from my neighborhood I got so many people on my Facebook from my neighborhood that if I told you, if I could count the amount of interactions we had back in the day, all I would need is 2 fingers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, with most of these people, like, I didn't even know them. I wasn't the cool kid. I hung out with the cool kids, but I wasn't the cool kid.
Yeah.
So all these people, we hung out in the same circle, but we didn't talk. And now they're all critics and tell me, I don't remember you being funny. Yeah, you don't remember me at all.
Yeah.
But they all have something to say. Like, my whole neighborhood, it's just a bunch of dirtbag Jersey City fucknuts. And I'm one of them. I'm not saying I'm above it, but they all have some like negative thing to say.
Yeah, well, they were like the popular kid back then.
Yeah.
Like my close friends that I palled around with knew I was funny, and when they say I'm doing comedy, they're like, oh, there was no doubt in my mind you should be doing this. Then it was those other kids that were a little bit more loud and
right.
And they were funny then.
Correct.
And then it's funny, you still see them on like Facebook, and they try to be that funny now, but they get nothing. They get no love because they're not really funny.
No, now they're just loud and point out the obvious.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then like, I never knew you was funny back then. It's like because nobody, I didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in my old neighborhood have something to say. Come on, you could do better than that joke. Who? First off, I haven't seen you physically in 27 years.
Yeah.
What are you talking to me for at all on Facebook?
Right.
And if you don't have something nice to say, like one of my kids' pictures, or if you know what I mean, like my birthday, that's it. That's all I need you for.
I'm
Give me an
sick of those. Sick of people that have nothing nice to say.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend. Like it feels weird as an adult because as an adult I haven't not been I don't like say like I don't want to be that guy's friend no more. Like I haven't said that since I'm like I don't know 16 years old. Like I ain't being friends with him no more.
Yeah.
But I do have there was recently an adult in my life where I'm like the dude insults me constantly.
Yeah.
And I'm like.
I don't want to
like if you're doing it unintentionally, how can you be that hyper unaware of yourself that you're just a dick?
Yeah.
And if you're doing it intentionally, I don't want you in my life either way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like because because you're a grown person.
Yeah.
Like you have to know you're a dickhead.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I asked some other people, and they're like, "Oh, he is a dickhead." I'm like, "All right, good. It's not me." Because I always like to make sure it's not me being like. Reading things in, sensitive reading things in, but I'm like, I'm fucking done. I don't need your insulting, just like insult, like it's not like like me and you ball bust insult.
No, yeah, no,
like me and Ken, me and like all of us, our whole crew.
Yeah, it's a totally different tone.
Totally different tone. It's with humor.
Yes,
and I'm just like,
no, you could see it like we have gotten as a society. We've gotten like originally when texting started, they say, oh, you can't get tone, you can't get like meaning behind it. But I think we have adjusted as a society to be able to read text and see tone and texture.
Right.
And somebody puts up a thing. If you put up, I just did a show last night, weird crowd, and I was like, your crowds are always weird.
Right.
That's me busting your balls. And then this guy comes in and is like, what would you think? Of course you're going to get a weird crowd. You're not that good. Like, that guy you can tell is a dickhead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm like, I'm not going to go tell somebody we're not, but I'm just like, I'm done. I'm not, exactly. I don't want no interaction with you. I'll have to because it's just in my life, but I'm not going out of my way.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like, ugh.
I don't delete anybody on Facebook.
Yeah.
I think I've deleted. Hit the delete button on our friends. Unfriended maybe in the history of Facebook 5 people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't do it. It's not I don't care.
Yeah, I don't do it either.
But there was a guy who was in the program who was just saying stuff like negatively. Every time I would put something up, he would try to be like the opposite, try to tell me where I went wrong in the joke. And then we got into it like in the DM, and he was like, nah, you know what? People, let me just help you out. People think you're funny. People tell you you're funny. You're not that funny. I know comedians in the real world, like other comedians, and they know you, and they say you're not that good.
Ugh.
And I'm like, you know what? Let me tell you, the reason why you probably have no clean time is because you're not a good human. And the reason why you have no friends in the program is because no one likes you, man. No one's ever liked you.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I knew you were being fake. I'm like, nah, I'm not being fake. You're not. I don't like you so much. You're not even worth me ignoring.
Yeah.
You're not even worth the effort it takes to ignore you. So I acknowledge you because it's easier to just acknowledge you. But when you walk away from me, I didn't even know what happened to you, nor did I ever care.
Yeah.
So we went back and forth. I deleted him, and then one of our friends got arrested for armed robbery in Florida.
Yeah.
Like on a relapse, and like he's doing like a long time. He's robbed like 5 banks. He's done. So then it was the same day, and then the guy emailed me back, and he's like, you know what, man, we see what happened to guys like Benny. You know, you never know what can happen in this world, so I just want to say I'm sorry. No reason to go there. And I was like, yeah, no problem. And then like moved on. Mm-hmm. But like and then there's another guy from my old neighborhood. He would just negative comment, and I just started deleting his comments, and then I just was like, I'm done. There's no, I can't do you coming on at 4 a.m. drunk as a fuck, ripping into I thought you were a better comedian than this. This is horrible jokes. You're out. I'm good. So like, yeah, there's some people that just are not good people. They're miserable humans, man.
Yeah. I just think this person's just unaware, like.
You think he's socially?
Because I know if I said like, yo, why are you being like, if I said it in the moment, like, go fuck yourself.
Right.
He'd be like, what? Like he's that guy.
Yeah.
I didn't think what? Oh no, I didn't. But no, you do it all the time. So like, you're just a natural dickhead.
Yeah, exactly. And there's some guys who they pride themselves on being dicks. They like to be dicks.
Right. But I think this dude's just unaware that he's a dick. And I just said to myself the other day, I'm like, I don't
care enough to have to train him.
Like, I don't want to be in your presence because when I leave, I feel like shit.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so you're doing the negative of what friends should do for me.
Yeah, I don't have anybody.
You know what I mean?
Like that.
Yeah.
I don't have like anybody like that I interact with on a face-to-face basis that talks like that to me.
I haven't. That's why it's so shocking because I haven't in such a long time. It's almost so subtle that you're just like I think I was not seeing it at first.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing it. You're like, this motherfucker shitting on me to me.
Yeah.
Like what? like I'm like so I remember the first time it happened. I'm like, all right, maybe I'm just feeling weird today. I didn't get enough sleep. I'm a little sensitive.
Right.
So I just tell my wife about it. She's like, that sounds like a dickhead thing to say. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Maybe he's having a bad day. Then another.
Right.
It keeps happening. She's like, it's happening a lot. I'm like, I think I'm seeing it now. I think it's always been happening.
Right.
But I have awareness now. Yeah. But I don't give a fuck at this age to
make it an issue.
To make it a thing. I'm like, I'm just not going to be around it.
Right.
Because obviously it's just who you are.
Yeah. Exactly. You're at a pay. I get you. Being at a spot where, like, you start to think about, all right, what's the benefits of me addressing this issue?
Right.
I'm not going to get anything out of it either way, so I'll just ignore you.
Right, because after awareness, I've watched it a few times.
Right.
To know that that's exactly who you are. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not saying you're a bad person. Right,
but that's who you are.
Like, you're a great person, but, like, you obviously like to shit on me, like, in a passive aggressive way.
Right.
I don't need that.
Jealous thing. It's a jealous thing.
Could be. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just I'm just like, ugh.
It's a jealous thing. It's like there's another guy in the program, and I love him. I'm not going to mention his name, but I love him. But he's always been loud and wants to be funny and like always like funny like this. But I've never thought he was funny. I just always thought he was corny and weird and he's loud. People think he's crazy. He's like, oh, he's so fucking nuts. But I don't think he's funny. He's never, since my first day, I never thought he was funny.
Yeah.
I just love the guy because he's part of the crew.
Right.
But I can tell that he is a little jealous that I do it.
Right.
And I get a little bit of people like, oh, man, you did a great job. So he's always got something to say kind of ball-bustish about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I would just say that's probably a little thing of jealousy. But I don't care because I love the guy. I know him since my first day. So I would never address it, but he's not really in my life enough for me to have to fucking focus on it.
Right. Exactly. I could avoid this very easily.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're just like, it was just so weird how it creeped in. I'm like, why do I feel like shit? You know what I mean? That you're like,
yeah.
You're like, it's just, I don't know. It's just, like I said, I feel bizarre because I'm like a grown man. I'm like, why the fuck do I care?
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, honestly, I don't care, nor do I want to hear it. So I care enough not to hear it.
Right. I used to witness that between Frank and my good friend Dave at the time. Like my best friend Dave and Frank. Dave really hated Frank. So we would hang out and play cards. Dave hated Frank because Dave was very jealous of Frank's likability and like being busting balls and having fun with everybody.
Right.
Dave didn't like that because Dave was like, I'm not, and I'm not meaning this in a ego way. I'm Mike's second funniest in the room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I banter off Mike and I make everyone else laugh. All right, there, guy.
Right.
And then Frank came in and he's like, no. I'm the second. So anything Frank would say, Dave would like under not joke, like be like, dig. And I would watch it and Frank would be like so mad and Frank's like, I'm gonna punch this kid in the face.
Yeah.
And my whole interactions with these two for like 3 years was like, I know he's a little much. Dave, I know he's a little that was my whole interaction with both of them. I know he's a little much. You can't fight each other. Every time we were together, they wanted to fight.
Yeah.
Because there was a little jealousy there and no one would admit it.
Yeah, it's so gay, right? It's so right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You know? I'm just like,
so you had no other word to say. It's so gay.
It is though. I felt gay telling my wife how it bothered me. Yeah. I'm like, I go, because like I said, I always keep myself in check. I like to know whether it's me. I'm like, am I sensitive or I'm going to tell you what he says.
Right.
And then is it me? She's like, no, that's a fucked up thing to say. I'm like, okay, thank you.
Right.
But acts like it's like, pass me the sugar.
Yeah.
That's why it's so slick. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Like
it's like Dane Cook's joke. I don't know if you ever remember in that Vicious Circle special where he's like the girls just like ninja fighters. Like you could be arguing and out of nowhere they just slip something that has nothing to do with the argument. They walk past you like, your father's no good. And that's it. And you're like, my father's no good. Like it's in the back of your head. Like, my father is a great man. Like, why the hell are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You're just like, ugh. But yeah, dickhead friends. I'm just shocked because I feel like at my age, I feel like I'm like, what the? I don't know. I feel like I don't come across that a lot.
Right. I
feel like anyone that finds their way into my life.
Yeah, they went through a process already.
I feel like I've had a good vetting process for a long time.
Yeah, right.
That I haven't let any emotional terrorists in.
These emotional ISIS.
You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck you. Put my wall up. You're out.
Travel ban.
Yeah.
There's you're not getting in here, buddy.
Yeah.
Leave your laptop at home.
Yeah, you be you. I'm not going to get into it so you don't have to be you. That's who you, if you know what I mean? Because I feel like, listen, I know when I'm a dickhead to somebody.
Right.
I do. Even if it was an unintentional dickhead.
You knew it. You knew what's yours.
Sometimes, like if we're out busting balls, say like I go overboard with one of our friends. I'll feel it.
Yeah.
And then I'll contact them. Yo, bro, I really shouldn't have said that. I feel bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. So I feel like if you are not this aware to think that you've never said nothing bad to me,
right?
Then I don't even know. I can't even begin with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no, come on. I'm not going to whatever. It just bothers me that I give a fuck. That's my thing. I'm like, what do I care?
Because it does, because you're, how many people are in your life that you are like that? Nah, it's not like you're, like when you were 16 and 17, it happens all the time.
Right.
When you're in your 40s and it comes out of nowhere, you're like, I'm doing this still? Why does this feel uncomfortable?
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're like, fuck, I have enough friends.
Yeah.
I really do.
And that's normal for it to affect you. Like, yeah, a lot of older friends aren't like that, but like newer people you meet, they fucking have to flex that chest because to them, you're doing something that everyone admires, and they're not going to give you that. I'm not like some new people, not everyone. I'm talking like the ones that squeak through the vetting process. Their problem is that they're jealous.
Yeah, that's what my wife said. That's what her take on it was, which is
they get this jealous, especially people in the program who in the program have so much wisdom, and then you know what I mean. And then they can speak at a meeting, and everyone's got the hit. But then you walk in the room, you don't say shit, and everyone wants to talk to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why do everybody want to talk to him?
Yeah. It's weird. That's why. When
you used to share, make everybody laugh, and then you gotta be funny all the time. Like, yeah, I'm just funny.
No, that's just who I am. I happen to turn this into comedy. You know.
Yeah, I happen to what I said sounded funny. I guess. I don't know.
I used to get that. Yeah, I remember like early in comedy, I used to run into people like that, like open micers when you're hanging out, and you'll go up, you'll feel like they ate it, right? And then you go up and you felt pretty good. They're like, weird crowd, huh? You're like, wait, what? Are you talking about my set?
Yeah.
I had fun up there.
Yeah.
You're not bringing me down to your level because.
But have you had that ever, like at an open mic, of course, but like I've had it like maybe twice in my time doing comedy where like in a real show, either at a fundraiser or at a club, and I felt fine. Everything felt fine. I felt good. I enjoyed the set. Everything was great. And then someone comes up after you like, God, they were tough, huh? Like,
that happened one night. Yeah.
And like, I'm not even talking about a comic who went on stage already. Like an audience member was like, weird crowd, right? I'm like, well, they were pretty. I thought I was having fun. I wasn't doing good. Like, am I delusional? Am I one of those delusional comedians? Because I swore to God that was fun.
Yeah.
You had that. Oh, I've had comics say.
I've had like the headliner that's about to go up. I mean, I've murdered as the middle, and like fucking people are high fiving me as I'm going off the stage. Like, oof, rough crowd, huh? I'm like, rough crowd. Rough crowd. I don't know how it could have gotten any better.
But that's happened to me like twice, and it made me think, am I a delusional comedian? Have I not been good the whole time? Because I felt fine.
Yeah.
And I think maybe part of it is that if the room is weird, if I'm in my zone and I'm feeling fine, maybe I'm not totally feeding off of their weirdness.
Right. If you feel good.
Yeah. Maybe. But, or regular people, just their expectations on a comedy show was different than what they experienced. I was like, that was weird.
Yeah, some people are just miserable, and they're like, I don't even like. They could have heard everybody laughing, but they just weren't feeling it, and they're like, "The fuck are they laughing at?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the miserable people that want. Oh, you feeling good? I was feeling bad. Now I'm bringing you down.
Yeah. Oh, they're there. Yeah, those two. They exist as well.
Fucking shitbag, fucking annoying people. That's
the topic of this. Of that.
That'll be the title of this episode. Shitbag friends. Now, I wouldn't even say the person's a shitbag. It's just they annoy me.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're loving to many other people.
I'm sure they're not. Yeah, shitbags.
But they insult me constantly, and I'm done with it.
Yeah. You don't need them in your life.
Right. Yuck.
Yeah. I'm glad I don't really have anybody like that.
Yeah. But
So what else did you see that Orlando shooting?
I wasn't there, but I saw it, on the news.
Oh, you weren't?
No.
Where's the all my concerned right-wing miserable road hack comics comments?
I'm glad no one's talking about it. It's like, I don't need your thought on every tragedy.
No, but it just, my thing is that their thoughts on the tragedy are never, you don't give 1 ounce of fuck for the dead people laying on the street. So please don't act like you do.
Right.
You don't give a fuck about dead people in Britain at all. I'm not even a little on the fence. So maybe they do care about their lives. I know you don't. And I'm talking to any road hack comic who constantly posts pro-Trump stuff. If you ever hear this, I know you are a fraud. You do not care about human life, so stop acting like you do. You care about Trump being right, and that is it. You know what I'm saying? That is it.
Yeah.
A tragedy happens, the very first thing they say before the body's even cold, what are we going to say now? Christians killing people? I don't think so. Shut the fuck up. Oh, you fucking waste of human sperm.
Yeah.
It's just, oh my God. I had something amazing to say, people, and I can't remember it at all.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, it was prolific.
Oh, shit.
It was, and I cannot
prolific
remember.
Means like a lot.
It's a lot of stuff, and it was really going to be important.
Oh, okay.
And it was going to help.
You mean profound, not prolific.
Profound.
Yeah.
Profound.
Yeah.
Prolific means you just continually do stuff.
Yeah.
Continually produce.
If every week you had something good to say, you'd be prolifically profound. But you're not. You're moderately.
Wait, whoa.
I'm trying to do what my friend does.
Yeah, I see. You're not only correcting my grammar, but letting me know how I'm not prolific.
Yeah.
So that's the wrong word to use, because that means you would say something really good every week.
Yeah.
And you don't do that.
Right. You're a good podcaster if that's the type of stuff you really want to talk about. That's the type you're like, what? Like a compliment and an insult?
You're a good podcaster if that kind of stuff you like to talk about.
You'd be good for that show if that's what they were looking for.
Yeah.
What?
Would I be good?
That's why I'm always like, I must always have that squint face when I'm around. I'm like, what? Was that? Why do I not feel good about these compliments? These are the worst compliments ever. Got a nice face for that. What?
That's like the compliment, you look good for your age.
Right.
Hold up.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Am I ugly for 40 but decent for 47?
You seem kind of nice for a real asshole. I gotta say. Seem nice for such an asshole.
But my friend would be like, "Oh, were you at Gotham this week? Oh, they let anybody do that show, right?" And then they move on. You're like, you actually mean that? That's not. You're not saying it as fun.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to act like it's fun.
Right.
But you had to say something. Everyone at the table was like, "Oh man, that's a great club. I love that club." And you had to go, You know what I'm saying?
Fucking.
Well, it was a group of people, and they were like, "Oh, that's awesome. I love that place." And then he had to come out like, "Yeah, but some you know what I mean? I was there once, not that good of a room. Oh my God, man. He had to just that one thing that was bad about that could happen there. He had to say it. Why is it you always have to say it?
Right.
It's like my family, and my sister and one of her daughters. They love to deliver negative, bad news. Love it.
I like the negative, bad news.
They love it. Like, I was walking. I used to make, like, for years I made a pot of coffee as soon as I got up in the morning. Now I just go right to Dunks. I don't even make a pot of coffee here.
Right.
But I would make a pot of coffee. That was just it. Walk down the stairs and make a pot of coffee. My feet there's 10 steps in my staircase from my upstairs to downstairs. I would be the third step coming down where my feet were just coming out of the ceiling. Like, you could just start to see me descend from upstairs, and my sister would yell up, "There's no half and half." Like, automatic, like, won't even let me get to the kitchen to say, "Oh, we're going to need half and half before you make your coffee." No. There's no half and half, just so I'm miserable for the walk down. Like, she wants to say it while I'm up here, so I'm unhappy for the entire walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let me get down the stairs, get into the kitchen, and then you go, "Hey, before you make that coffee, we need half and half." Then I know, all right, let me go out and grab some half and half real quick.
Yeah.
But she loves to say it because she wants me to be miserable. It's not saying it for a heads up. My niece, the Yankee game's on. The score's 57-2. We're losing. She'll be like, "Yankees losing," but she's a Yankee fan, and I'm like, "Okay, I see the score." They love to say the bad part, and then I come in if the Yankees are winning 10-0. I'm like, "Yankees are winning." I know. Well, why didn't you tell me? You always tell me when they're losing.
Right.
They love to say the losing part. They love the negative part. I don't know what it is, but it's everything. Like, TV's not working. Like, okay, why do you want to tell me this?
Yeah, they're just not happy people.
Yes.
That's it. People that aren't happy with their life and what's going on,
yes.
Shit on yours.
Yes.
They don't like pep talk you. You know what I mean?
Never.
I'm happy with my life. You come to me, I don't shit on your shit.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. You can't shit on their shit.
No. Right? Happy people don't shit on your shit.
Yeah.
Miserable,
yeah,
like, as you would say, miserable humans.
Yeah.
With a Y.
Yeah. Frank says, when you say humans, you make us feel like you're not one.
Yeah.
He's like, the way you say humans makes me feel like you're not a human.
Yeah. And you're spelling it wrong.
Yeah.
Y-U-M-A-N. Human. You miserable human.
He told me that the other day. He's like, "Dude, when you say that, I feel uncomfortable to be human."
Wait, am I human or human? I don't know.
Fucking. He says the way you say it, like, "You miserable," like, you really stress it. Human piece of shit.
Yeah, you really get to the person's essence, their actual species.
Yeah.
You, not like you're a miserable guy. You're miserable. That you are a miserable human. In your blood, in your skin, in your eyeballs, everything that makes up your dog shit human existence is why you suck. And that's as nice as I can tell you. Because I really want to hit you, but
You know where I got that from? Ever since I'm a little kid, my grandfather used to say, "Fucking human race is the worst race God ever created."
yeah,
That was his famous saying. He would say it every day.
human race.
The human race is the worst race God ever created. That's what he would say.
He just took out the H. The H is silent. Human.
Yeah. Human.
Human.
And so I would always say, like, he owned a little candy store, and these little old ladies would come in to buy newspapers every day, right? It was like the same 150 customers every day. Come in, get their newspaper, cup of coffee, and get the fuck out. But They were miserable. Old ladies would shuffle their little feet. They would, like, tap their quarters on the glass to let you know they're getting their paper. Tink, 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 tink. And my grandfather would hate them. He'd be like, "Look at these fucking humans."
Fucking human.
And I just latched onto that word, man. And ever since I was a little kid, I was just always say human and broads. I think like are two words.
Yeah, broads is very common.
Yeah.
You know.
What else were we just talking about? That forget not politics. I was saying something. Whatever.
Well, you had something profound to say, but you forgot it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
it was good too, man. Last night I was blown away from my thoughts.
Do you ever have it? Yeah, like sit there. I got this fucking great thought, and then by the time you get it out, you're like, this stinks.
No. My thought last night, I was talking to myself in my head, and I was just talking, and it was like really, like, God, it makes sense. Boom, boom. Oh, yeah, it makes sense. I'm trying to think of a way to reach all people, not just like the hatred that I have for a Trump supporter.
Right.
I'm trying to let some of that hatred go because I think that's the only way we'll ever be able to get this world back. This whole, I mean, our what do you call it? Like, what I also wrote a joke, and it's in the car about how Trump is like that. Like, I've said some like things about like Trump says like pulling us out of the Paris Accord, and all the dumb Trump supporters who have absolutely no concern about the climate change. They have no idea about climate change. They have no concept of climate change. I didn't even realize you left. And then
you said Paris Accord. I put my headphones on and walked out of the room.
What?
You said Paris Accord. I took my headphones off and left.
Yeah, I closed my eyes during Paris Accord. It was rubbing my eyes. I opened my eyes. I was like, I was rubbing my eyes were itchy as the Paris Accord looked up and you were gone. And I was like, and then I just kept talking. I was like, okay. But he pulled out of the Paris Accord, and he says like the basic stuff, like we're gonna get jobs, coal. He says basic stuff, and it sounds smart. It sounds like, yeah, that makes sense to guys at the bar. And I've said that like about baseball, like, you know what, man, they should make like a rule that, when you want to walk a guy, just point to first, like, you know what I mean? Like, I say these things, like, if you hit a home run, you should be able to stay on home base and not have to run around the bases. And other guys were like, yeah, it makes sense. Why do you got to run around the bases?
Right.
Because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, to two retards that have no idea about the rules, you think you should stay on home base. But the people who wrote the rule book and wrote the game, they know why.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. So Trump says all these basic things to people who have no idea about why it works. And to them, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like when we say, like when you would talk about like football can change this part of the game and that part of the game to make it better.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's reasons why it doesn't work.
Right.
There's reasons why. You know what I'm saying? We might not know them because we didn't write all the rule books. There's reasons why.
Yeah.
But to two retards that have no idea about the rules of football, we could talk all day.
Right.
It should be done with that. Yeah, they shouldn't even do that. Why they do that? You know what I'm saying? And then, like, we made sense. But if Trump is basically says all the simple shit, and his people, they're like, yeah, what do we need that for? And like, it's like, just because it sounds like it makes sense, you don't know all the workings of the deal. So you don't know how. Why don't you listen to other people tell you why it doesn't make sense?
Right.
Not just Captain Retard. How anybody can follow him, listen to him talk, and say, like what? He's retarded. How are you not saying he's not retarded?
I just think they're not going to critique him throughout his whole. I mean, at least in the beginning, it's too new. They're not giving up on him. He has to do something real. He was so true when he said if he could shoot somebody in the street, his supporters will support that.
Yes.
So he was dead right. I don't think there's anything this guy can do.
Right.
Other than like be caught peeing on a picture of Ronald Reagan, like that would make them turn on him. No.
Because even these fucking new outraged right wingers that we have on our Facebook that love to do road hack shows and they suck as comedians. Haven't wrote a joke in 27 years, but yet they have so much to talk about.
Sounds so specific.
They weren't so pro-Bush. I didn't hear them all pro-Bushing.
Yeah.
They hated Obama because he's black, but they weren't all pro-Bush as they are pro-Trump.
Right.
Because he's so simple, just says dumb, easy shit, just like their acts.
Right.
Dumb, easy shit. Get the easy laugh.
Well, fuck Trump. Dumb. What about the way they fucking what the whole Kathy Griffin and Bill Maher debacle, where they're attacking Kathy Griffin for the stupid. I mean, yeah, what she did was stupid.
Right.
But like, I don't know, man. I feel like they went overboard with it. You know what I mean? Like, no one remembers Obama's monkey memes that were flooding Facebook for 8 years, calling the first lady a monkey. Like, yeah, we never said we'd kill him. It's like, oh, okay, sorry. Didn't know.
No, but
didn't know we were playing semantics.
Ted Nugent did.
Ted Nugent did, yeah.
Ted Nugent said, let's kill Hillary and Obama. Mm-hmm. Let's hang them for treason. And then Ted Nugent was invited to the White House.
Yeah.
To sit with Captain Retard and 3 other morons.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not the thing. The truth is that the difference between Kathy Griffin and I'm glad you brought that up because that's one thing I did want to talk about.
I want to say before we bring up this section, just a good way to title it is our friend Gordon Baker Bone, funny comedian, said it's been a tough week for white comedians. Yeah, that was very funny.
But first, let's go with Kathy Griffin real quick. Kathy Griffin. Everybody's like, oh, what has she been doing anyhow? She sells out theaters. Gay people love her, and she's very successful. She's not going to get hurt. Yes, she's not doing the CNN ball drop. I don't even know who watches the CNN ball drop, and I love Anderson Cooper, but I'm not watching him ring in the new year.
Yeah, who watches the ball drop anyway after the age of 10?
Well, if you're at a party, that's what they do. They put the ball drop on.
So. Yeah, I guess.
So you have that. What she did was like in the moment in a photo shoot, and the problem with Kathy Griffin is she has visceral hate for Trump. So when she did that picture, it showed visceral hate, and it just didn't look good. It wasn't a good look.
Yeah, it was premeditated, and even the TMZ video that came out, she said during the photo shoot this something like they're gonna kill us for this.
Right.
Like she knew.
She knew. So, like, I don't defend it. She's an idiot for doing it. To me, I wasn't offended from the thing, but I also wasn't supportive of it. I didn't care. I thought it was stupid.
No, she's stupid, but I hate the fake outrage.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Bill Maher and what he said was so in the moment joke that I'm not even confused. I've said the same joke. I've said that exact joke with black dudes at a comedy club sitting in a green room.
Right.
Like, yo, man, I'm a house nigga, man. I ain't know. And they laugh. Because you know why? Because it's meant with intent. When did our words not have to have intent behind them? When do we stop needing, like, it's just the word? I rap all day long. If I'm singing in my car and there's a rap song on, I'm like, yo, this nigga right here. Well, did that make me racist right there? Was I a racist person because I repeated it?
I'll tell you when. And here's the issue with this whole thing is it's coming back to bite liberals in the ass because the liberals for years have been the word police.
Yeah,
back to Imus on the radio when he called the girls the basketball team nappy-headed hose. It's like, oh, he's got to be fired. It's like,
right?
Why? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just think that like. It was so tough to watch the Bill Maher thing because I saw the people going against Bill Maher, which I hated, but then I saw liberals defending him as if it's not exactly what they were doing years ago to conservative people. You know what I mean? Like politically, it's like because it's always been politically motivated. I don't like that guy personally, so he said this thing that's off a little bit, so I'm going to go after him.
Right, and that's what's happening now.
Yeah,
and unfortunately,
but it's two liberals that it's happening to. So now it's like, hey, what are we doing? It's like
I get it. It's the hypocrisy of a liberal who's now going to defend the two liberals.
Right. But I defend Bill Maher because Bill Maher always defended the free speech of everybody, even people he hated.
Absolutely. Bill Maher, the free speech. And second off, what he said wasn't speech. It was a joke that was a throwaway line that and he basically was saying, I don't look at me. Do I look like I work in fields? I barely want to be outside. I'm a house nigga.
Yeah.
Like, that was a clear joke about him and his laziness and not being working in the field. And he used a poor social reference that everyone has said before.
Right.
So, and him to say that he's had, and then Al Sharpton was like, just because you know me, you don't get a pass. It's like, oh, come on, Al. You've been on his show. You guys have bonded over serious issues. You're going to let him saying that word in a clear joke.
Yeah.
No hate, no mean, like, intention. Just a pure joke. Not even about black people. Just used the term that was used by black people back in the day, talking about himself. Calling himself that.
Well, he has to because he has to still be able to critique people that do it on the other side. So he needs to keep his credibility.
Stance. Yeah, he has to keep the stance all the way through.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's just
which is fine if Al Sharpton doesn't bother me because Al Sharpton does it all the time.
Right.
No matter who says it, he's against it. So that's your stance.
Yeah.
It's the people that are like, oh well, Bill. It's like, no, I know some of you motherfuckers that went against Imus. I know some of you motherfuckers that went against Daniel Tosh for saying an obviously thing in humor in a nightclub that happened to be recorded.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And somebody said, oh, he had someone's fucking. I wanted to punch him in the face. He had what's Kramer's name?
Michael Richards.
Yeah, Michael Richards moment. Like real.
He did not. That's not even close to a Michael Richards moment.
Oh my God!
What pisses me off. People say, "Oh, you guys are worried about Trump being racist and Bill Maher says something racist. You guys are fine." It's like it's totally different.
Yeah,
totally different. This is the president of the United States versus a host of a comedy show.
Right.
What bothers me is comedians not defending him. It's like you should defend free speech at every angle, especially with entertainers.
Now listen, the reason why I don't attach this thing to free speech. It is free speech because he should be able to say whatever he wants to, but he wasn't saying it. He wasn't talking about it. He wasn't. Hey, I'm gonna make some jokes about the word nigger, and let's see if you're okay with it. He wasn't doing that.
I know.
He just threw the word out there. So like, I think you should be like, you're gonna have repercussions. Free speech doesn't come without repercussions.
Listen, it's not free speech because nobody gets put in jail for using words.
Yeah,
ever.
So yeah,
but they do. But it's the back door to censorship. It's the corporate censorship. It's like,
absolutely.
Oh, well, we'll take your job. It's like, so yeah, we're not putting you in jail, but we're ruining your life.
Right. But then he apologized, and I said, I know he apologized. What makes me sick now? I posted something on my Facebook, and there's this black kid I used to work with. And he's like. I used to work with him at Home Depot, and he's like he's very involved in the black community.
Right.
And he was like, yo, man, I laughed just because of the moment of the joke. It just seemed like so in the moment. He's like, it was a real moment. It wasn't like a hateful moment.
Right.
Like, if you're offended, you're offended. But to say that he's racist and that he made a racist comment, that is not a racist comment. Is if he was to say, I wish Don Lemon would just be a house nigger. That's a racist comment.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a racist comment. I'm just saying nappy-headed hoe is a racist comment because it's kind of meant in like a negative way. It's not meant like it was directed at people. You know what I mean? At a group of people who were there, he was talking about, and it was negative. It wasn't a positive thing.
Right, but that being said, if I go back to defend Imus again, it's like it's the people that are sitting there waiting, listening for these things to pounce.
Right.
Like none of those girls would have ever heard it. The only reason why any of those basketball players heard him say that was because it became a news story. If he just said it to his listeners, it would have went away. Nobody got their feelings hurt.
I know.
Nothing. And I'm just tired of that dog shit behavior.
Somebody's listening. They want to hear the bad thing so they can rat you out. However, the thing was more racist than what Bill did.
No doubt.
You know,
but if you listen to the Imus tape, right now, Imus, they were talking, and he did it with like a little giggle.
Right.
Those are some nappy-headed hoes.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was with the person in the room trying to get a laugh.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not that much different than what Bill Maher did.
And to me, it's not. I'm not offended even with it, but I can see where someone can say that's more offensive. You know what I mean?
And I get it if you say, "Hey, that's offensive."
Right.
But my whole thing is to go after. Listen, you have every right to feel offended and express it. Express that you felt offended.
Right.
If the person who's the butt of the joke says I'm offended by it, I totally accept that.
Right.
It's the people that have no attachment to it going after that person's job.
Right.
And it's like you have no attachment to it.
Right.
None of those girls were against Imus.
Right.
Or just like who's against Bill Maher? Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's
like on Twitter. I got into some.
Listen, if you're a black man or woman who watching Bill Maher and felt offended by that, I totally accept that. I totally accept that. 100%. You have every right to feel accepted. I can't accept my dumb New Jersey white friend liberals who jump on him. Or conservatives. I saw both sides jumping on him. Oh, you can't believe what he said? Yes, I can, because he's a comedian who improv'd in the moment. I saw more
conservatives jump on him because of who he is.
I saw both, and that's what bothered me. That's why I wound up taking my post down. If conservatives were going against them, it wouldn't infuriate me. What infuriated me was both people doing it, and I'm like, you fake outrage, phony motherfuckers. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Then I had people come on mine, and I just made it private right now. I'm probably going to delete the thing because it's just sometimes I'll put it up and like in the moment when it's hot and it's a topic and everybody's commenting on it, we're in. But then a day later, I get stragglers commenting on it, and then I'm good. I don't want any more of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want any more of this. But I had some woman come on. I hate Bill Maher. He's a piece of shit. The time he talked about Palin and retards or somebody that made fun of retards, and I was like, I didn't get involved. I don't really know what she's talking about. So then someone else is like, I think Bill Maher's really funny. Well, he's a piece of shit. And the guy was like, why is he a piece of shit? Well, because he said this, and she put up a clip or something or article. And he was like, I don't know, man. So I went on and I said to her, I'm glad I'm not forced to enjoy people based on other people's preferences.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just glad that I don't have to listen to who you think is funny.
Right.
And then some guy who's Italian dude who's definitely a Trump supporter. I'm not even confused. Came on. He's like, yeah, I've seen you, Gaff, at shows. You're hilarious. Bill Maher's not even funny. I didn't even know he was a comedian. So I know that's a dig because he knows Bill Maher's a liberal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's that kind of dig. And then someone came on and was like, oh, Bill Maher's hilarious. And he's like, nah, I don't think so. Not funny at all. Like, okay, then that's just, I can see where you're coming from on your angle. And then I'm going to delete the whole thing. I'm just like, I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But I do see both sides. Some guy on Twitter said something, and then I was like, it was a clear joke. It came from an organic conversation. It just came out of nowhere. And then some other black guy was like, yeah, we could tell it's a joke, but it's racist. I'm like, nah, it's not racist, man. It wasn't, man. If I say, watch, if I go, oh, that guy's a Hindu, that's not racist. That guy's a Hindu. But if I go, look at that Hindu, now it's racist.
Right.
Because it's just the way I said it was the intent behind the word.
I took mine down because fucking Bill Maher apologized. So I'm like, why the fuck am I going to defend this motherfucker if he didn't defend himself? You know?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, then.
And then someone else, I'm not going to mention their names, it was like one of those fucking hacks were like, what are we going to do now? Bill Maher just said what he said, guys, liberals, you're going to get rid of him? I mean, are we going to get rid of him? And then someone else said, it was outrageous. He should be gone, but he won't. And it was, and the people who were saying it, the two people who were saying this, couldn't be more racist.
Right.
I know how racist they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I know how racist they are, and they're trying to act like they're outraged at him saying house nigger when I know they've said the N-word with a hard R.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And mean it. It's just, that's just, ugh.
Yeah. Well, I think HBO is going to keep Bill Maher. He'll be fine. Kathy Griffin, her comedy career will be fine. She'll probably take her a while to get back on TV.
Yeah, and she's all right with that, too. And she does a couple of fashion things. She's big in the gay community, and they're not going to not support her because she held up a bloody Trump.
No. Nor do I feel bad for her because it was definitely premeditated and a dumb move. And I think that's a product if you're not having anybody in your life that tells you things. Like, she may not have any. She must surround herself with yes people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
someone might have said, I don't think that's a good idea. She's like, what? I can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can do it. Don't you worry. And then she did it, and it's like, oh, okay, maybe I can do it.
Or just like a lot of celebrities, I'm just doing it. I'm getting publicity. No publicity is bad publicity.
Right.
And I'm going for it.
Especially when you look at what she had. Like she's in control of pretty much everything she does, right? Like, people are either going to come to her shows, and the people who have been coming to her shows are not going to not come because of this, because the people who support her already hate Trump.
Right.
No Trump supporter comes to see her.
Right.
And if they are, the numbers are so minuscule, it ain't going to affect her bank account.
Right.
So she wasn't risking much. She was risking a New Year's Eve show on CNN. Okie dokie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a lot of risk.
You never know what your audience. I mean, I don't think our audience will leave her for a Trump joke for sure, because they probably
they're not going anywhere.
All
That's
Trump haters. Yeah.
It wasn't a big risk for her. So the upside is going to get a lot of publicity, and the real anti-Trump supporter is now, if they weren't Kathy Griffin fans, are going to be Kathy Griffin fans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She just grabbed some of those. Like, oh my God, she's nuts. Oh, you're going to get her fired? I will support her. I'll go to her shows. Those people are going to come now.
Yeah.
It can't hurt her.
Nah.
It can't. I mean, it was dumb, and I didn't see it funny. I wasn't offended. I'm offended that people believe that Trump was offended. I'm offended at that. I'm offended that they think fucking little Barron was like, my dad is dead. They think he's that retarded.
The only people I think should be offended is the Trump family.
But they're not, and they can't be. I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be, but I'm sure they're like, whatever. Fucking.
Right. Yeah, I just hate phonies that are offended on behalf of people.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't know.
No, yeah, and I was gonna put this up. And, I put that video up of me recapping the news. I was gonna do this other video of. Hey guys, you want a fun activity for today? This is an actual thing I was going to. If you guys want a fun activity, find 4 or 5 of your staunchest Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Go to their Facebook and just swipe on down. Go as far down as you can. Start at 2008 and then start to scroll back up and read all the posts of, hey, he's not my. I didn't vote for him, but let's give him a chance. Hey, these memes, monkey memes, are hurting his children. Let's stop this. It's uncalled for. His family should be off limits. copy and paste all of those posts that you see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not going to find any.
Nah.
Because none of those supporters gave a fuck about Obama. They fucking never said, hey, we got to give him a chance, ever. Mm-hmm. And they never defended Obama when someone made a shitty meme about him and his family. Never, ever, ever. When Obama did the first Paris Accord, none of them commented on how bad it was going to be.
Right.
You know why? Because they had no idea about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, please.
The Paris Accord.
Anyway.
Good podcast. Good podcast.
Was the podcast.
Chip Podcast. Oh my! Have you listened to the Chip Podcast?
I listened to one. Yeah.
It's better watched on YouTube when he's dressed up in the studio. The video.
Really?
It's.
Yeah.
It needs to be watched. I mean, listen is funny, but the Jim Norton's Chip Chipperson podcast, I think, is probably the funniest podcast. Like straight up, like funny. Nothing funny.
Was it one line it just kept making me laugh when he was like, when he asks a question and then he follows up when he asks a question, what does he say after it? Like if he's asking you a question, like comments, like when he says comments.
Yeah. It's brilliant. It is. It's brilliant. Yeah. I may throw some audio from my show this past Friday in before we end if I feel the need to chop it out of the recorder.
Okay.
If not, there'll be nothing right here, and we'll just carry on to what we're saying.
All right, this guy is absolutely hilarious. He has a great podcast. You gotta check it out. It's called All in Our Heads. You're gonna love him. Put your hands together for Joe Hernandez, everybody. Here he is. Come on, Fernandez.
Keep it going for Eric, everybody. Jackie. Eric called me Joe Hernandez. And we were just in the hallway talking about fucking up people's names. We just talked about that for 10 minutes. He's like, I hate when that happens. I hate when people fuck up my name. It's perfect. That is perfect timing. Thanks for coming out, guys. Kofefe. Kofefe to you guys over there. Kofefe bless you. I'm feeling Kofefe. I'm just using it for everything now. That's it. Sneeze, Kofefe. How would you like your burger coat? Kofefe. That's the new American word. We're going to use it forever. It's never going away. Why'd you pull me over, Officer Kofefe? I feel like you've had too much tonight. I don't want to get political. It's a weird world. Fucking weird, man. Weird shit going on in this world. Barry Manilow came out of the closet. He was afraid to let anybody know. He said he was concerned about what his audience would think. Hate to break it to you, Bear. But I think your audience is more concerned about your morphing into a lizard. Have you seen that guy's face? Holy shit, get him a heat rock. Oh my God. It's just getting weirder, man. I mean, the weirdest news this year. What, Richard Simmons missing. How's he missing? He's got an afro and he's dancing. How do you miss Richard Simmons? How does he go missing in your family? But someone told me they found him recently, so 2 more months of rainbows. It's going to be a good summer, guys. It's going to be good. Yeah. Not a lot of people are dying this year, not like last year. Last year, everybody was dying, right? Did you see that on Facebook? People were losing their fucking shit. They were blaming 2016. Like, enough 2016. Enough killing my celebrities. Enough killing my favorite singer. It's like 2016's not killing them. God is. For your sins, you filthy bastards. Well, we survived that and got married. I never thought I'd get married. I really never did. I saw so much divorce growing up. My parents got divorced. All my friends' parents were divorced. And what the fuck is that? Is there a fucking elephant in the room? I couldn't let it go. You can't just keep going with the story when there's an animal dying in table 14. This is the weirdest comedy conference room I ever played. You do comedy clubs? Yeah, and conference rooms. I do the show, then the next one we do a PowerPoint on how it went, and keep stats. Then we go in the pool. You know, like George Carlin used to do. You know, like George Carlin used to do. He used to do that. Get a lot of comedy PowerPoints. Oh my God. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about when I heard that. Oh, divorce. No. Yeah.
Did you guys enjoy what you heard or didn't hear?
Yeah. We got anything coming up, Mike?
No.
All right.
Oh yes, tomorrow I'm doing. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm doing a outing for Boys and Girls Club. It's like a golf outing. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. I'm only have to do 15 minutes. I'm the only comedian on the gig, and it's going to be a tough one because it's for the Boys and Girls Club. It's a golf outing. I don't know what I'm doing.
Where though?
Scarsdale.
Okay.
I have no idea what. I mean, I know I'm doing comedy, but it's got to be PG-13, and the topics I can't talk about. I cannot be disrespect, race, religion, or children. I'm like, have they heard my act?
Wow.
So I can't be disrespectful to race, religion, or children. Half my act is being disrespectful to my kids.
So who are you sending?
Nah. I'll do everything I want to do. I'll talk about being a Catholic. It's not disrespectful to the church. It's talking about me growing up a Catholic. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I know Boys and Girls Club is a Catholic organization. Is it a Christian organization?
What am I? I don't know.
Is there nothing you know, Joe?
No, I don't know Catholic organizations. You're actually doing the show and don't even know. How the fuck am I supposed to know?
So I'm doing that tomorrow, and then I got a spot at Greenwich tomorrow night.
Okay.
9:45.
That would be Tuesday, June 6th?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Friday I'm at the place where my dreams go to die, part 2, which is Cove Haven.
Cove Haven.
Yeah.
Nice. I want to go up there one night. I got to get on one of those shows. I want to see how bad. I want to go have dreams die with you. Like I want my dreams to die. We should do a dream die weekend.
Well, the Cove Haven isn't that bad, but I am doing Pocono Palace in July. I think maybe in the last week of June, but I think it's in July. That is where my dreams go to die. That one, you should come up with.
You should headline. I open. We'll just eat it, and then we'll fucking cry about it on the podcast. we'll bring the gear, and we'll do like right after.
Yeah, but they won't let me.
So like like Saving Private Ryan when the bomb goes off, it's like, boo.
Yeah.
That's where we'll be. The fuck just happened?
I want you to come up just to witness it.
Okay.
Then you can.
Yeah, if I witness it though, then I'll know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I'll prepare myself. I want to eat it like right.
You want to be
full
a part
effect of the bombing.
Well, maybe I don't know. If maybe I can ask Tom or it's a Linda Rowe gig if I can bring you as a host.
Yeah.
and then I feature. It's a.
They don't headline you there?
No, I don't want a headline there.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to do 45 there.
Gotcha.
And they let me pull out. Like if Friday morning came up and I got a great gig, they would let me pull right out.
Gotcha.
Because it's a gig, it's a Wisecrackers gig, but it's not like it's open to the public. If anyone wants to come, but no one comes from the public. It's all part of the resort.
Right.
So it's not really a show. They don't care what the name's on the show. People aren't coming because of who's on the show.
They just happen to be there.
Yeah. So, but if they headline me, it's harder for him to fill in the 45-minute spot than it is the 30-minute spot.
Right.
So I feature, and then anytime I want out, he lets me out.
Well, that's good.
And I think that's it for me.
So you're there Friday and Saturday?
Just Fridays.
Just Friday? Oh, okay.
Nothing Saturday.
Nothing Saturday.
No, then my career comes to a screeching halt for about 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
All
and
right.
that's that.
Okay.
How about you? I know you're.
I will be at the Comedy Cove on Friday and Saturday night in Springfield, New Jersey, opening for Rodney Laney. And Sunday, I'll be closing out the a fundraiser at Tierney's Tavern for the Valerie Fund. It's like they're raising money for like children's cancer and blood disorders or whatever.
That's Sunday?
That's Sunday.
Okay.
There's only like 8 openers before me, so
good.
Should be an early night.
Should be an early night.
No, you should come out and support that. And then the following week, I'll be back at Uncle Vinny's doing some featuring. And then I got a lot of stuff coming up in June. So just go to joefernandez.net to look at all my dates. Go to MikeGaffneyLive.com to see all his dates. And you've been listening to All in Our Heads.